Yeah. Oh.
Bing bong bing. Bing bing bing.
Testing. Oh, testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Check.
There we go. Maybe that way.
That's good.
There we go. Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode, a special episode of Juan show, the Aaron and John show. If they had a child, it would probably be what we're about to do.
Yeah, this is
it.
A one-off.
A one-off. Yeah, it's like when I saw that you were in town, I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, I can do a podcast with Aaron.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't have anything to do tonight.
Perfect. It was great.
I didn't have a show. I had a brunch show.
Yeah, that waffle. How was the waffle?
It was fun.
Fun.
I saw all my friends.
And then
great.
It was because that was your baby. That's what you started, didn't you?
I started that with Joe Nonick.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's still going. It's fun. Had a good time. I did new jokes. I've been writing new stuff, which is fun. I hadn't done that in a while. But yeah, dude, I've done like literally one podcast since I did. You and I did that one a couple years ago. You want to start over again? Because I didn't hit record. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So funny.
1 2 3 4. I'm a moron. 1 2 3 4. I'm a goddamn moron.
Shit.
All right. We'll just have the beginning thing, and then we'll have that, and then now the audio will be synced.
It'll be synced.
Okay. I'm glad I noticed that a minute in.
So soon, yeah. Remember, so many times have we
done it, and
the whole episode. And then I was just like, we're not going to do it.
We're not going to do this again.
I cannot do it.
I can't.
I learned boundaries doing this show.
That's good. Because it was my big movie.
I'm just like, I know you want to do it again. Because we're not doing it again.
I thought about the other day how we used to do 3 4-hour-long podcasts.
We do long ones, yeah. For no reason. Just because we were fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we lived there, so like, who cares?
Yeah, we just... And then people would come in, people would come out.
Yeah.
And it was just, that's where we learned to do.
It's so weird. We met our neighbors that one time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the cat lady. Remember when the cat lady got locked out of her apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend over the other day that reminded me of that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember the cat lady got...
I think it's so weird. I love living there.
Yeah,
so
I love that. The
Ethans.
The Ethans.
You had a Quick Trip next to it.
Such a random.
Dude, it was the best by a fucking cemetery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you walked
big, beautiful, like kind of old apartment complex. Like old for apartment complexes, I guess. I don't know. It was good. I liked it. It had a pool. We broke into the pool once. I don't think you did, but Kevin and I did.
Yeah.
Kevin was crazy.
Kevin broke into our house.
Kevin was fucked up. Yeah, Kevin would break into our house. Multiple times.
You had to sit Kevin down and tell him that he stopped doing the drugs from Japan.
He was from Canada. They were like...
Oh, from Canada? I thought he was from Japan. Because remember how he was like, yeah, guys, all we have to do is that we mail him here.
Yeah, I wanted to mail him to our apartment.
Yeah, and then I can do them.
That was it. That was no incentive. Like he was like, "Oh, you could do it too if you want."
It's like I don't want to do.
No,
I don't want to do.
It was like synthetic DMT. It was already bad.
He was going down deep rabbit holes. He was
like wandering off.
I'm really glad he's married now.
It was crazy. He's so funny.
Getting married. Probably
I love Kevin, dude.
Pushed him so far away from that.
He's such a fucking weird guy. He's such a goofball. We don't talk as much as we used to, but I know like every time we hang out, it's just like a good time. It's like hanging out with you. I'm just like, yeah. If we do a podcast again, easy.
It's gonna go back. It's gonna go right back to where it was. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll hang out with people, like when I'm on the road or something, like comedy friends or somebody, and it's like the worst fucking thing I've ever done in my life.
Really?
Oh my god, just awful. Like it's just like the first time it's just been that person and I, instead of like another friend group or in like a setting of like fun, you know, like a festival or like a weekend of shows.
Yeah,
you know.
It's just because you have a show that one night in whatever, and then they live in whatever.
It's like a big city.
Yeah.
Like what the like sometimes they've like I don't know. It was crazy. I'll tell you later. It wasn't like bad. But it was just like, what the fuck?
Why are we doing this?
I had to try so hard.
Oh,
and I don't think it was my fault. But anyway,
you gotta understand, people who make stuff, like we're all a little weird in our own way.
Yeah, but dude, I was trying so hard. I was trying so fucking hard. So hard.
Was it a guy? A girl?
Yeah, a guy.
Oh, dude. Yeah, so just
but you know, like we changed a lot. Like he had like responsibilities. I had different responsibilities. I don't think I was drinking back then either.
Okay.
I had weird it feels like years ago. It was only a year ago. It's crazy. I had such a fucked up year, dude.
But you gotta understand, like, and someone who like you.
Yeah.
1 year for you is like 7 for someone else.
I know.
Yeah, was it fucked up?
Well, I like it wasn't fucked up. It wasn't bad. It was just like so much shit happened.
Right.
For the first like 3-ish, 4 months, I was on the road like every weekend. Sometimes it was like close, or sometimes like Steph would come with me with a dog, or like KC or Milwaukee was one of them. It was like 3 hours away. Columbus, Ohio. She didn't go to Columbus, but Columbus was like I would drive most of the time. But then we moved. At the end of April, we moved to North Carolina, and we'd never seen the house before. It was an OC, whatever the fuck. And she hated it. So like we knew we were gonna change it, and it was bad. Like I'm not. She's not like crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
She's not like fucked up. It was just like it looked bad. I was just trying to be fucking like calm. It was like
please be calm, because I would be calm.
Dude, it was like
oh my god.
Seriously, like two of the most mentally ill people lived there before us.
Really?
They had to be. Every room was fucked up. Every fucking they were like at some point she plugged something into an outlet or pulled it out, and like bugs started coming out. What? It literally happened like as I was boarding a plane to leave for like the weekend.
Like, oh really? Well, that's
yeah, dude.
Oh man, that sucks.
I was like, fuck, I cannot do anything at this point. I was
like, I'm in a hotel tonight. Like,
it was like, I think it was my dry bar weekend.
Okay,
or something where I was like, there was no way I can go home. I have to do this.
This is a very important thing in my career.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's just been such a fucking chore, like this house. And we had a flood. Ooh. We had a flood in the end of September because of the hurricane.
Right, yeah.
Well, we're like half a mile above sea level. We got fucking hit, like devastated. It was insane. The flood didn't hit our house by like a football field. It was like 300 feet.
What the fuck?
Dude, it was crazy. I mean, everybody lost power for like 4 or 5 days.
Right.
You know, where you were. We didn't have internet for 4 or 5 days. We didn't have cell service for 3, which was crazy. All the cell towers went down, dude. All the cell towers went down. Right. They had to go put like temporary cell towers up. I couldn't go to work. We were stuck.
Yeah.
Because one side of the road was the flood, where there's like people dying and their houses were like sinking, and the other side was like down. Power lines.
You don't think about that. You don't think about things decay.
The wind was crazy. Oh my god, dude! It was horrifying. It was honestly the best time of my life. But like
it was real fun.
It was crazy because it had rained so much for like 2 or 3 days. And then when it was finally about to hit,
did you feel like you were like on Noah's Ark? Like no. Is this ever gonna end?
I mean, like our front yard was flooded, and our bags. We had bags of leaves there,
right?
And they were floating on the water. That was really all that happened there. We were losing our power and shit. Yeah, dude. I mean, we like managed to go to the grocery store, and the grocery stores were just like Oh, it's crazy. It's like going like the apocalypse.
Right.
You know, like everybody's like freaking out, buying all this stupid shit. We ran to Walmart. What's funny about Walmart is they will sell out of the worst shit possible and then leave like healthier stuff because it's a little bit more expensive.
Right.
And so we ate like kings. We did so well. We had a grill. So the people the one good thing about the people who lived there before, they left so much of their shit. And so much of it is
was it did they get vacant? Did they?
No, they got they downsized. They
Oh,
live in an RV.
Okay.
So they couldn't take like most shit. So like I got 2 lawnmowers, we got 2 bikes, like a compost holder, like a big industrial thing, a grill, all this like grill stuff, like the utensils. Tonsils.
The tonsils, yeah, the tonsils.
They left like a weed eater, a bunch of shit in the garage, like wood, some work stuff, like gardening stuff. And then, dude, this motherfucker, so Steph wanted to fix our bathroom because it looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible because it was so gauche. I don't like using the word gauche.
Gauche.
It sounds like I'm
gauche,
just
right?
like full of myself when you say gauche. It was fucking gauche. It was fucking bad, dude. So she did research on handyman, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like independent contractors, basically.
Handy people.
So, and she found this strapping young lad named Joe,
Okay.
who was in his 60s, and you could tell he was like close. He smoked like a fucking chimney. He just reeked like, oh my! The smokers down in the South reek of cigarettes.
Well, you gotta understand, it's a sport. It's a sport,
dude. It's insane. Like I work retail at this dog food place, like a pet supply store, and the people who smoke, bear in mind, most of them look exactly the way you think, which sucks. It's all just rednecks.
How many NASCAR shirts?
Not a lot.
Okay.
But there are a lot of like country boys and like country wives, you know. They
Live
have,
trucks.
Like, a lot of trucks, a lot of big SUVs that are so unnecessary. And the worst part about that place, people don't tip you for carrying stuff out. Like I have to carry out like 30-pound bags of dog food repeatedly. Well, sometimes people will buy like 2 or 3. I have to carry a couple of them out.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, thanks. And sometimes they just like tell you where to put it, and then they're like, all right, and that's it.
Thank you.
It's crazy. They're like, just put it in there. But yeah, we hired this guy named Joe.
Okay.
Joe the handyman. Horrible, dude. As soon as we hired him, like every single thing that could have gone bad in his life happened. We think. I mean, that's what he told us. But dude, like he was like,
why? How?
I don't know.
How does this always happen?
I don't know.
It's like a stench that carries on certain people. You never
it really
noticed
is weird.
That?
Dude, it's crazy. Cause like he would. So this was at the same time that Steph would have to be out of town.
Okay.
For a little while.
So you'd have to stay home.
He said he was gonna do. It was gonna take him like 6, 8, 10, maybe 10 weeks tops.
Okay.
Right, 2.5 months. I don't even think it was 2 months. Honestly, it may have been just 2 months. It's gonna not even 2 months. I don't know. He was there from June to September, or the end of August.
Okay.
So it was 3 months. There were days that he wouldn't show up because we didn't have him like at a designated time. So he wouldn't show up until like 4 in the afternoon. Then he would stay until like 9:30.
All right, well,
one time
go home.
at the time I'd gotten a job at the airport in Asheville.
Okay.
Side note, worst job I ever had. I worked for Allegiant Airlines. Fucking nightmare. Don't work there. For any Allegiant.
So do
awful. I don't work there anymore.
I know, but how was the benefits with them?
No, I mean whatever. You just flew.
Just flew, but
you know, I was part time. I made $20 an hour. That's why I wanted the job. I also wanted to see if I could.
Was it baggage shit you were doing?
Yeah, it was the same shit I did for Delta. But what they do you gotta like service the plane too.
Oh,
because they
no.
don't. We're like a contractor, and they just make us do everything.
Oh,
and it's
of course.
brutal, dude. Like people just like stay there for like 24 hours and work, and there aren't any breaks. Like North Carolina.
Are those
has,
the immigrants?
No, dude, they're just like fucking whoever.
I'll go care.
They're not.
Right now.
Like you can't get in a job there as an immigrant like without papers because it goes through the government. It's essentially a government job. It's not, but the background check is a little more extensive because we're
right. Wild. You don't think about that. You really don't think about that.
It's such a bad job.
Like I have to clean a plane, so it means I have to be background checked a little bit harder than someone
else. Yeah, it usually takes like a week or two. But it was terrible. But anyway, Joe, he was like showing up, or he wasn't showing up. Sometimes he wouldn't say if he was showing up or not. Sometimes he wouldn't say anything, and we wouldn't see him for like 2 days. And then he would just randomly show up and act like nothing happened. The craziest thing about him is that he just acted like nothing happened, like so often.
So he would be there he would be like days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not show up for Thursday, Friday.
We don't know, dude. Yeah, we didn't really know what he was up to.
And then
his truck was always fucked up. His family, like his mom ended up like passing away or going to the hospital for a long time. His son got into a motorcycle accident. One day, his like son's wife accidentally flooded the laundry room. And he didn't say anything. This is what was so funny is that he didn't respect Steph, and Steph was holding the money. He wanted to go through me every time because that's the way that shit is down there. It's like you talk to the husband or you don't talk to anyone. And everybody who's helped us is like, what's your husband's name? And I'm like, God, like we're engaged now, but that's like been 2 days. You know? But because we live together. It's just like such a thing down there. And he would tell me shit and then I'd have to relay it to her. And then she would text him like, what the fuck, you know, like...
You could talk to me.
And we were super nice to him. Like, sometimes, dude, it sucked, but he would like ask for gas money because we paid him up front. Like, most of it. But he'd been there for so fucking long that it was gone. You know, like... He had been there so fucking long, and his truck would break down. His truck would break down constantly. But anyway, eventually, dude, we were just... I like, went off on him so many times.
You gotta finish. You gotta finish.
It was, dude. I was like... I shudder at it. I like the idea of looking back on it. It's so bad. I'm just like, look, dude, you gotta fucking do this. Because he would keep... hitting me up being like, oh, I'm going to show up, you know, whatever the fuck I want or not show up at all. He wouldn't say that, but it was basically what he'd say. He's like, oh, I'll be there tomorrow. And it's like,
maybe.
Come on, man. But yeah, like, oh my God, I was so mean to him after a while. But like, through text only.
You have to be.
It's only through text.
There's a point where it's like,
I know.
you have to like.
Oh my God, dude, I couldn't fucking stand him.
That's with like people in general, because like even when I have people who work underneath me, and I'm like, you gotta do something.
Yeah.
How do you not pick this up yet?
It's crazy. But also, what's so funny? Oh my God, I don't think I texted him and talked to him in so long. I hope I didn't erase it. I'll be so fucking mad. I don't even know. When did we move there? Oh no. I bet I didn't.
So what part? North Carolina, right?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off and swing it around like a helicopter.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But
were you living by Ed McCaffrey? Were you living by Matt McCaffrey? I can't. He was a running back for the Panthers. Now he's the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. That's what I meant. Matt McCaffrey's our friend.
Yeah, we love Matthew McCaffrey.
Yeah, we love you, Matt. Hope you're doing well. He's still out in California?
I think so.
Right outside of like... San Francisco?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he like drills holes or he's an engineer, but he like for Phillips 76.
Phillips 66.
66, yeah.
I think so.
Still?
He probably is still. Yeah.
Still, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always a moment where like, so do you know how this person's doing? You know how this one's doing? How's this person doing? Like, That's the crazy thing about.
I think I fucking deleted it. But anyway, dude. He finished it eventually. Sorry to ruin whatever we were doing.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm so loosed up. I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Whoa.
I'm doing like Trump hand signs and shit. Anyway,
I hope you vote for Trump. This is a Trump household.
I know it is. He finished finally, and it was almost really good. Like there are some parts
almost good.
He
almost worth it.
He like wanted to. We have like a little indented part where you would put like a bar of soap or like a bottle or something. It's tall and it's like nice, but for some reason, it didn't settle right, and it's like slanted slightly, and you can't put anything on it
because it all just slides off.
Because it'll fall. And there are like little problems. Like it's obviously not gonna be perfect. That's pretty fucking important. That's like one of the things she was excited about the most. She just can't have it now. Everything else is good for the most part. But he left. Poor guy. So he's like a tile worker. He works tile. That's like his whole thing. He's a handyman, but he prefers to do tile.
Right.
He left his.
They always leave something. They always leave
because he couldn't make it there with his shitty old truck, so he caught a ride from somebody, and he was like, "Oh, come grab this other stuff." He left like a bunch of little supplies, like a broom and some stuff, like a bucket of something, some whatever liquid shit. He left his fucking wet saw, his whole wet saw. There's just been a wet saw in our garage since like August or July. He was there for so long. May, June, July. He was there for 3 months. He was supposed to be done in 6 weeks. I think he was actually longer. It's crazy. He was there so fucking long. He would just come and go, and we had to keep the door unlocked because this fucking guy just could not. But one time I was at work at the airport working late, and he called me at like 10:30. And I didn't answer because I was like, no fucking way. I was working.
There's no way this name.
Yeah, it's like this has to be because I have a name that's always first in everybody's phone thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, I hope that this is a mistake. You know, it was just a butt dial because he's older and stupid, whatever. But then he texted me. He's like, "Hey, brother, I'm here to do some work."
What the fuck?
I was like, "Are you fucking serious, dude? Like, you know what time it is? I'm not. There's nothing I could do anyway, but because Steph was gone." But yeah, he was just like, I'm gonna show up at 10:30. This is appropriate and normal. And he only one time, I think.
Did you get meth vibes from him?
Kind of, but I mostly just got like a sad alcoholic vibe.
Okay. You know these people.
He was such a fucking piece of shit. But he hit up Steph and I like 2 weeks later. He hit up me. He's like, "Hey, brother, I'm coming to grab my stuff." Cool. At like noon.
Great.
He never came. He never said he wasn't when he was gonna show up again. And then we haven't heard. This was like in, you know,
and I don't have his number anymore.
So it was like July. And he just fucking. We think he died in the flood. I think he really did, and it's really sad. But I think Steph looked him up because they released some of the death records and shit. So many people died. It's a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think he was on there, but nothing explains this unless he just forgot. And
how do you forget a wet saw though?
Dude, he was like such a nuisance. He was such a fucking.
I have to look it up.
Pain in the ass.
Oh my god.
Who are you looking up?
I'm gonna look up how much a wet.
Oh my god, it's like $200 or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can get one for like $100, but you get like a really nice one for like almost $3,000. Yeah. $400 or $500. Yeah, let's say between $300 and $500. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
I wouldn't say that he's like got the best wet saw.
No, but like it's between 2 to 5.
I was like mesmerized by the fact that he had so much shit, despite the fact that he had honestly so little.
maybe that's all it was. Everything was inside that truck. Dude. Everything was in the truck.
It sucked.
Like, so was it like one of like the Beaner trucks where like it was like an old like Toyota?
It was an old Nissan
truck that had like the cage.
It didn't have the cage, but it had the it had the metal bars.
Yeah, the metal bar cage. Yeah.
And he had like a ladder, and he would like in the beginning he would like find weird things in the house and then come bother one of us about it. There's like a hole in the side of the house, some like wind damage or something, and he was like, "Oh, fuck, fix that shit," you know. I was like, dude, just do the bathroom. We'll get it figured out. Just
the
stop.
First thing.
It's in the garage.
And then if you do that really well, then I might have to do more.
Yeah.
You gotta
I was
do
just like, dude, just fucking come on. I want to be in my bathroom. And
just want to jerk off.
And he finished the bathroom tub in that area, but all the rest of it, he wasn't really supposed to do it, but. We had to take the sink out because it like broke. It was like shit. There was so much wrong with the house. And God, fucking Steph's a real trooper. God knows I can live with it.
Yeah, you're a dude. We're dudes.
As long as I have my like basic needs,
We've lived in.
But when you're with somebody you love, your basic needs are their basic needs, and they're like happiness and shit. Yeah, and you're like, oh fuck, okay. We're gonna do this shit.
I do have standards. I do, don't I? I do.
I hate painting. We always have to paint something, and I know it'll be over if I just paint it, but it hurts my arms so much, like my elbows and my shoulders.
I just hate it so fucking much.
We don't even have that much left, but I'm just dreading it. I know I'm gonna hate it. Man, that's really funny. I'm not a handyman.
I don't want to be a handyman.
I do though. I want to learn how to do stuff and help. But she's like, alright, I'm gonna look it up and figure it out. I'm just like paranoid as shit. Like terrified of what I'm capable of and what I'm not capable of. It's like self-doubt fighting my ego.
Like, why am I here?
What's going on?
Yeah, why? Like, why can't everything just be fixed and be normal and just stay fixed?
Yeah.
And then if it breaks, we just go, right, well, I guess that's life now.
Yeah. We just start because we live in a bad place.
Yeah. It's true.
Let's go Brandon, come on.
Man. Yeah, but if you don't know, this is Aaron Naylor.
We've been talking forever.
I know, we've been talking for a minute. We talked for a good almost 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
27.
That's crazy. Hey guys.
Do you want to do one of the videos of the week?
Or do you want to do
the videos
of
the week? Okay.
Oh, I love the videos of the week.
Okay, we'll do
Unless
the
they're like gory and gross, like you like those videos.
You don't like those videos?
No.
They're not. There's none of those this week.
I figured there wasn't.
There's too
much for me nowadays.
Alright, so I guess we're about almost 28 minutes in, so we're going to do the video of the week. We normally do this like 5 minutes in. But, alright, here it is.
Carmen, fuck Travis, fuck Taylor Swift, nobody likes us and we don't fucking care. E-I-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Welcome to...
Alright.
That kid's from like Shameless.
Yeah.
Remember that show?
Isn't it like what's
little kid.
What's wild is like, because they had the parade yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, I almost thought they're gonna get through the whole parade without a shooting.
I know, dude. That's like 2 Super Bowl parades in a row with a shooting.
You think they would? You think
crazy?
Why? Why are we doing this? Another thing. Why are people going to these things?
People going to shit with a gun.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was just like an argument. It wasn't like anything intentionally like terroristic.
Bang, 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 bang.
Just some stupid asshole who was like, oh, I got a gun. I forgot.
Yeah.
I got this thing that will definitely kill this person. That's what's crazy is that like you could just shoot their knee or their leg or something, right? Or their arm, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not their arm. But like here, this is how Sean Taylor died. Never mind. Remember Sean Taylor?
Yeah.
He got shot like
in the
leg, and it just
killed his
That's crazy. But yeah, like lower leg, shin. Ooh, that would hurt so bad.
Oh, that
It'd be
so
better
bad.
than getting killed.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just like most people are just trained to like go for the kill. It's crazy. Cops are trained to kill people.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? Just shoot from your foot.
Shoot the foot.
You'll be fine in like a month or two.
Or yeah,
You might lose your little toe if it's like that.
You might walk with a limp.
Yeah.
But after that, it's fine. It's fine. No big deal.
We'll go right through.
No big deal. No fucking
You
big
just have a
deal.
little hole in you.
Mm.
Number 4. Hole.
So you did a dry bar.
I did a dry bar
Yeah,
comedy special.
How was
I
it?
loved it.
Was it?
Oh,
Was
it was
everything
so
you
good.
thought it was going to be?
No, I didn't think it was gonna be anything, honestly. I
Really?
just thought it was just gonna be like, just a comedy show, but it was like a production. I got like makeup. I didn't get very much makeup, but I got makeup on. I took promo stuff, promo shots. It was crazy. It's nuts. It's like the
Nice.
biggest moment of my life. I fucked up the first one. There was two shows.
Right.
And then they edited the best of the two. I fucked up the first one though. They were like, "Don't go behind this line on the stage," and I thought they meant don't go ahead of it.
So the whole
I
time.
was out of the good lighting for a while, like for most of it. And they were like, they weren't mad or anything because it was the first show. But they were like, "Oh, you were behind the line the whole time." And, they were like disappointed because it was a fun set. But the second set I think was good too. But yeah, dude, it was fun. They were so nice.
Really?
So nice. Utah's beautiful. It was snow, like winter.
Mm-hmm.
I rented a car and I rented like a Suzuki. I wanted it, and then they were like, "I'll give you a Mustang." And I was like, "No, I'm good." And they just gave me a fucking Mustang. So I had this Mustang, and I went to Chipotle, and I remember it was like really skimped. Like they were skimping on shit. Like I got half a bowl compared to what I normally get.
Right.
Because they just didn't. It was just their portions were smaller. It was this little Mormon white girl. Like all these, it was like a whole family of Mormon kids that worked at Chipotle. And they were like, "You don't get that much. You're already too big."
You're too big.
But yeah, I loved it, and they paid like well. Like what sucks is that they don't cover anything. They
Oh,
don't,
really?
Like, yeah, like you have to figure out how to get out there. And I didn't have to pay for a plane ticket because I still fly for cheap.
Right. But you want to make sure you got out there.
I just wanted 100% because the week before I was in Seattle and I made a good amount of money. I made like $1,400.
Nice.
So I paid for that ticket, and that was like in the middle of, like my tour. So I was like, I got money coming too, did a batch. But yeah, it's like I made like $1,700, and I spent half of it before I even did the shows. Because on the rental car, on a hotel, on a plane.
But the thing is, you
It
can
was
write those
great.
things off.
That's true. Yeah, it was so much fun. Huh?
I'm gonna blow my nose so you got to talk for a second.
Oh, okay.
Tell them
Shit.
about you and.
So, John and I started this podcast, this latest version of this podcast, in like 2014. I remember because I think before we did this podcast, we would meet up here and watch the Royals in the World Series against the Giants.
Oh yeah.
And then we watched Game 7 together, and they lost, and it was really sad. And then the next year, though, we watched the World Series too, I think, in the apartment we lived in. Because then we were, Austin and I, like, we downloaded it, or, like, found a streaming site for it. And,
That was the year they won it.
that was the year they won. And it wasn't, like,
Yeah, 'cause I was
close.
working for the Royals for the year that they won.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they
It
were,
was so
like...
weird as hell. It's like, yeah, we'll do a podcast when they get home from the game.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I would always leave like after like the third inning,
Yeah.
third or fourth inning. I'm leaving this.
What did you even do?
That was pictures.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was such a cool fucking gig. That was a random ass fucking gig too. That was a weird gig. How
You would,
I
work
randomly
for a
just found it.
church.
Yeah.
You would work
I
for
forgot.
the
I did work
Kansas
for
City
the-
Royals.
Yeah, I worked for the Royals and I worked for a church.
So fucking weird.
Like, what is this?
All while I had just had the same job.
Yeah, you were still working for United.
Yeah.
Delta. I don't know why I thought. Oh no,
My
Delta
dad
and
worked for
United. United. That's where I was like, oh. It's all connected. And then TWA and American for my dad. You know, just my good old Midwestern life. Just what we do.
Good old airport town.
Man, we just live one.
It's crazy that the airport to Kansas City is like 15 minutes away from.
That's what's so. Yeah, this was so funny because like
so
when I lived in Overland Park, like I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go to the airport.
Ugh.
And it's like, oh, it's like a 35-minute drive. I was so used to being like a 10 minutes. It's literally
crazy.
Between 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's so easy.
It's such an easy.
It's just built out in the middle of a fucking cow field. It's so weird.
No, basically, it really is fucking.
It was. My grandparents used to farm it.
Yeah.
My dad used to when they were little before they annexed that land. Like they annexed it from Platte County. Oh, yeah. They took it so they could build the fucking TWA center.
Yeah, and you don't realize it is in Platte County, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's in Platte.
But if you go, if you see on the highway, it says now entering Kansas City. Yeah. Missouri or whatever. Yeah. And you're like, this isn't KC. This is Kansas. This is so it's like somewhere around there it breaks, and then it becomes whatever Berry Road is. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck Berry Road is.
It is. Yeah, you don't really know
what it Kansas City?
It is. It is like. Yeah.
I think it might be.
It might be Kansas City. Yeah.
It's like a part of that before Platte Woods, and then
but
Gladstone. Platte Woods and Gladstone.
Yeah.
And then
because I guess North Kansas City. Yeah, you're just North Kansas City.
Yeah, and then Kansas City.
But it is such a weird how they.
I know.
The bordering.
It's weird shit. Weird so fucked up. Huh. Like you're going on that's based on where the highway is. Like boop boop boop. Strange.
So so comedy's good. You did your
last year. So yeah, last year was a lot of fun. There was times where I didn't do comedy for a while because that flood really fucked shit up. Right. I had started to do more Asheville stuff. That's the closest city to us. But yeah, then everything stopped for 2 months almost. Right. Yeah. So now it's back, and I've started running my own shows now, and doing more stuff local. So we went to an open mic last week. That was the first open mic I've been to since September. Really? Crazy. Oh, cool. Yeah, wow. 5 months, 4 months. Yeah. Crazy. But yeah.
How are the open mics and all that stuff?
Crazy.
Crazy?
It's weird. Yeah.
Drunk and
yeah. We had some
country kids.
This girl was fucking with every comic the other day, and she got on stage with me and then stared at me. She was nonverbal almost to that point. She was so fucked up. And nobody eventually the host came up and grabbed her. Yeah. But nobody would kick her out. And she followed Steph to our car because I was like, "Here, take the keys, get the car." Yeah. To get the shit going. I shouldn't have left her without going with her. But the girl followed, and she was so fucked up. I don't think she was gonna do anything. Yeah. Really, she was just being stupid. But yeah, as this is going on, some other comedian came up to me and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened." I was like, "Oh no, it's fine. Right. Whatever. It kind of sucks, but whatever." And I was like, I just don't know why they wouldn't kick this girl out. Yeah. Is there anybody here with her? Is she here alone?
Just a random chick?
Yeah. And then the other comic was like, I don't know. And I was like, you gotta kick her out. Yeah, you can't. She was just like, yeah, but they, I just don't think you shouldn't do that. Basically, I was like, why not?
Please.
They're like, oh, she might die. It's like, yeah, she might die here.
And then it's on your hands.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
She could die
you clearly
out there.
Fucked up somewhere. You overserved.
Yeah, let her die out there.
Did something, and nobody wanted to take responsibility. It sucked. So yeah, Steph won't ever go to an open mic with me again because it was so bad. It was such a shit show. And that's we hadn't been to one of those in so long. In Chicago, we would go to some. Yeah.
You guys met in Chicago. I was like, where you guys met someplace. It wasn't Kansas City.
No, it was Chicago.
Was she from Chicago?
No, she's from Florida.
She's from Florida.
Yeah.
And then what's she in Chicago for?
She moved for work years ago, and now she works from home.
Nice. And then he just shows him his Carolinas.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we would go. What was I talking about? We would go somewhere.
Oh yeah, open mics. You guys.
We would go to open mics.
Yeah.
And they were a shit show, but it was like Chicago comics are trying to be comedians.
Yeah.
Right. Asheville comedians, a lot of them are trying not to kill themselves. Or some shit like that. It's really strange. Like, Chicago is kind of where you move before you want to choose like LA or New York, like the minor leagues kind of.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it's like, it's not quite New York. New York is huge and LA is huge too. But like Asheville's like rookie ball. It's crazy.
T-ball.
Yeah, and sometimes there's like those old frizzled veterans there, like I guess me and some other people who've been around for like more than, I mean, I've been doing it for 12 years, but like been around comedy for more than 2.
Right, yeah.
A lot of these people just haven't, which is crazy. But it's good. Like there's always newer comics, which is good. But yeah, they just suck. And like since I've started booking shows there, I'm just like, fuck me, dude. Just somebody be funny. Like like Kansas City was like that forever.
Mm-hmm.
But at least we have people who are trying, like really hard.
Do you know how the Kansas City scene is?
It's so like kind of back in that kind of mode where a lot of people are moving and there's like not stability.
Yeah, that's what I kind of think, because like a lot of people who I recognize that when you would go when I go with you, a lot of them have moved to like Chicago or New York or every place like that. Everyone's kind of moved on.
Like Dayton and Joe are in New York.
Yeah. How's Dayton doing?
He's good. He and I were supposed to be on the road at the end of this month, I think.
Nice.
But he can't. Flights out are so expensive. But anyway, he's doing alright.
He lives in New York, and that's so expensive.
Yeah, he's got like a good deal though.
Oh, he does.
So, yeah, he doesn't have like a day job. He just does comedy.
Good for him.
And he just like he mostly, it's funny because he'll do like good shows and shit, like open for real comedians and feature and shit. But he sells his book, and he sells so many of his books, like so many. Sometimes it's like 60 a weekend, and so he sells them for $25 a piece. That's $2,500.
Good for him.
It's crazy.
Good for fucking him.
No, it rules. He'll sell all these fucking books.
Because he's just quirky, and people are like, I'll
yeah, he just has a good pitch, and he's likable, and people want to give him money for this weird little thing.
Because he'll say,
because it is an unconventional merch too. It's just like it's like art you created instead of like a some
do like
kind of advertisement.
Because the people who book us to do a project will be like, hey, just don't swear.
Yeah.
Be good. And within a minute and a half, be, hey, so this retard was he just says some word and like, oh my god, it's just such a great guy.
Buy my suicide book.
I'll never forget.
It is like cute.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like it's adorable. But good for him. Nice.
It's funny.
I mean, and like that's enough to survive every month.
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes he'll call me and be like, "Oh, I need to get some work." And he's like, "Oh, shit, I haven't done like a weekend in a month, and I'm not running out of money." But yeah, I'm like,
and then Unix is good too. He's doing good too.
Who? Oh, Nunnik. Yeah, Nunnik's crushing it.
Yeah.
His videos rule.
I know.
Yeah. I wish I did that. I can't do that. It's so hard. It's hard to come up with stuff. It's great. Like when he really wants to do something, he does it.
I know. That's what's so wild is that like when he applies himself and does it,
when he's not distracted by other shit like comic books or movies or something, he's like all in.
I know.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Right. He just pumps out good shit.
I know.
Constantly funny shit.
Funny.
He's so funny. So funny.
I know. It's a little Bridge Club reunion. Like, I'm figuring out. Like,
it's hard to write.
But you got to do it every day.
I know. It's weird.
It's one of those. It's like that's the thing. It's like I do 300 words every day, and then at least 300 words a day.
I used to do 3 pages every morning, but now I just do 1 page. I'm like, I don't need to waste.
No, because it's like
I get everything. But
well,
then
that's why I do. That's why 300 words. It's like I could spend like 4 hours doing this, or I could just good or bad.
You count as you're writing them.
It counts for me in my program.
Yeah. I thought you were just like writing it with a pen and paper.
No. Well, no, I'm typing and then I go back and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With my pointer finger. No, the program tells me how many words. It does a word count for me.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And then
you just finish like mid-sentence. You're just like that.
Yeah, I'm done.
This sucks. Get me out of here.
I want to be done for the day. It sucked.
That's so funny.
But it's very rewarding though. Like doing
I know, it's
having
great.
A system and doing it. It's very rewarding.
But I used to do my morning routine like writing, and then I would go like eat breakfast and take a shower and shit, and then I would come back and I would like write for like 15 minutes, just like or whenever I'd come up with something I liked.
Right.
And it was always based on one word. Like I would have a word of the day or some shit.
Okay.
Or it would be like, you know, cavemen or like fucking mirrors or some shit.
Right.
You know, just some random shit. But yeah, I've come up with like so many jokes in the past 6 months. It's great.
Right.
Just because of that shit. I used to never force myself to write.
Do you find that is your stand up, is it turning more into like storytelling?
No.
Or is it still
not
like
at all.
you're still
never do that. No. I hate it.
You don't like
I have some like stories, but I don't.
You're not a big fan of it. You guys do the.
It's very clubby. Like they work at clubs, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like them now. I'm just like, nah, I don't need to do that. They don't need to. I don't need to tell people who I am. That's all I've done this whole episode is like talk about my personal life.
Right. That's the reason why. That's what's so great. That's the reason why, like, you and your wife need to do a podcast together. Like what you guys told me, like the 30-minute thing.
We had done one before. We had done a couple of them. But the second one we did, we were both like stoned out of our minds.
Yeah,
she hated it. I thought it was really funny.
That's the point of it.
She hated it. She was like, "Oh, that can't go."
You think my solo ones? You think I'm not stoned out of my mind?
But she has like a real job and shit. She was like, "Oh, that can't go on the internet."
You do.
You know?
That's why I always forget people have real lives.
She doesn't like work. You know, it's not like it was the kind of company that would like terminate her for some weird shit. But
I always hate when people find out because I don't tell anybody at my jobs, and then someone will like. Because they just now found out maybe 2 weeks ago that I have like a small following on Instagram, and people are like, you? And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's not you. No, it's not. I get a lot of hate. You don't want this world. Yeah, you don't want this world.
It's crazy.
But you don't want this shit.
No.
You don't.
Poking the bear every day.
You're living a life. I'm so jealous of people who don't have to use social media, because it's just full of dumb.
I hate doing it without the followers.
I hate it so much.
I hate doing it under the guise that I need more followers.
Yeah. You don't though. It's the thing is like you just gotta make stuff and then
that's what sucks too, is like, oh, you gotta post stuff. I'm like, fuck, I just want to be good at stand up.
Yeah,
but you gotta post your stand up and all that shit, and it's like, fuck.
And then like
I don't want to.
It's like
I don't want people to have this weird little
at least like because you've done like a dry bar, so you have like that thing.
Yeah.
I am just like I feel like I'm just screaming at people.
Yeah.
Like
that's how I feel with a podcast sometimes. I'm just like talking too much
well, that's the thing is like I feel like I've become this thing like because I only get yelled at for my podcast. People never say anything. I'm like I also post like short films, and I've been posting like I'm like I do that too. You never yell at me about that. They're always like your podcast sucks, and I'm like yeah, but you never talk about like my films. Like those are what I'm trying to do. Like look at that.
That's funny.
No,
that's not your podcast, dummy. That's so funny.
That's the thing that upsets me.
It's crazy.
This is
what a life. This is the life you chose.
I guess. I'm just.
I remember when you started doing that, you were like so going home about it. You're like, I'm just gonna keep posting shit on my stories. I'm just gonna, and you just do it every day.
Yeah, I just post every day. Yeah,
Crazy.
it's just what I
It's really, to me, it's like news. I've told you before.
I know, it's hilarious.
Before the pod, like it's where I get my football NFL news.
And that's the thing, is like that's the fun thing about it. Like that's the whole point of the reason why I started doing the stories was like I'm like, oh, well, how can I make art or tell art in a weird, stupid way? And like I have all these videos. Like literally last week was the week I finally cleared out my phone with all the weird videos. Because I have so much. Dude, you know how many people DM me like, dude, your algorithm has to be totally fucked.
Yeah, of course.
Because I post.
It's a nightmare. Oh, it's just so fucked up. Yeah, I'm good. Alright.
And because what's funny to me, because I'll watch one and I'll be like, what the fucking hell? So I can only imagine how when it makes me feel like that.
You love that shit.
That when I send it out to someone else who's like, oh, I wonder what he's got. Like, crazy. Oh my god. Like,
good lord. What's wrong with
I've lost. Dude, I've lost some, like, I had this girl. I have to talk about this for a second because this really broke my heart. Wow. This is the one that really broke my heart. So, like, I started following this Under Armour model when she had, like, 400 followers, right? And then she followed me. And, like, she was liking all my stuff, liking all my stuff. And I was liking all of her stuff. Like, and, like, this was for years. And, like, she's, like, blown up. And, like, now she has, like, roughly, like, 50K. And, like, she's pretty big. And I would always, like, she, like, post stuff. She always was, like, very, like, active, too. She's active. And then, like, I noticed that, like, I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then she stopped following me. But I'm like, and then so I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna stop following you too. Yeah. But it broke my heart because I was like, dude, we were OGs together. We came up. But what was so funny was that, like, I'm like, what was it?
Yeah.
I'm like, what video was it that was like, all right, meme. All right,
yeah,
we're done.
You're a bad boy.
Or was it like I argued with like the raccoon kissing community?
Probably, yeah. You let him have it.
No,
when you post those memes with like the personal messages, is that really what you'd post?
Yeah.
Or is it just like a picture of something?
So like, what do you mean, for example?
Well, like when you have like a screenshot of like a text or something, and you're like, you have like a little side thing from Instagram, you know, like when you can type stuff in. And it's just like explaining the situation a little bit. Is that you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like those like text messages, or like, or like the DM that I got for that guy. He's like, oh, you put your comments on private? Yeah. You fucking pussy. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like that was real. Crazy. Those are all real. Yeah, those are real. Yeah, those are real. Then like the only one that wasn't like real was like the Valentine's Day one that I did yesterday, where it had like the picture of the ramen. I just added text to that. It was the picture I found online. Because sometimes I'll just Google pictures, and I'm like, oh, I have like a punchline. Let's see if this punchline works. And then I'll like write the text message to it, like, or the ones where like the videos like I hate my fucking family, and it's always those are always fake. Like, those are always fake. Those aren't really my family, but like I'm so ambiguous looking, where like I'm sure there's somebody who might think that like.
Maybe.
Oh, is that really his fucking dad? Is that really his fucking brother? Like.
Yeah, who knows who you are?
Yeah, like so. Or someone who watches the podcast might like hear like, oh, I have a white sister, but they might not know that I have Egyptian brothers and sisters and Honduran brothers and sisters. Yeah. So, same thing. But it's just the stories are so fun for me because that's my place. That's my wild west.
I know.
Because I very questionable things. If I had a real job, I would really be. But I don't have a real, or I don't really give a shit if I got. I don't give a shit if I get fired from my job. I don't care. But like, like it's.
Funny. What would you do?
If they like were upset by like my social media stuff.
No, like what if you had to get another job, what would you do?
What would I do? I would probably full-time editing.
Yeah.
I get so much like part-time stuff from that.
Crazy.
Like every 2 weeks, like $500 from just editing dumb shit. Because I'll hit people up on Instagram like, hey, like if you need things edited for you, like you just shoot me over the raw footage. I'll do it. I'll send it back to you. It takes no time because I can compress it where it's super small, or I'll just put it into a Dropbox and I'm like, here's the Dropbox. Tell me your things. your critiques in the email, and then send it back, and then we'll just do it like that, and then I'll just continue.
Wow.
Like 3 or 4 times, like sometimes it takes. Like
Crazy.
I do a lot. She has like fucking A. She has probably like roughly like almost like 400,000 followers on Instagram. I edit her shit for her.
Wow.
Yeah, she just emails me, or she'll Dropbox me her footage, what she wants, and then I'll just make the thing for her. Like it's easy.
She just Venmos you?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And like that's like we've never met in person.
You should get more money.
Yeah, we've never. It's a funny thing. It's like we've never met in person, but like we're friends on Instagram.
Your butts.
And then like
That's
I help her out,
boss.
and then she helps me out by giving me money. And
That's a dream.
That's the life I want to live. Is that I don't have to have. I don't need all the followers. I don't want all that shit. I just want to be able to pay my bills with film.
That's something.
And it's so weird because like health insurance is so expensive, like by yourself as an independent. But if you have a job, it's only like it's still expensive, but not as expensive. So it's nice to have like a corporate job that allows me to have nice health insurance.
I bet.
But
my job, we have like telehealth.
Yeah.
Like kind of health insurance, and I was like, you guys have like a pamphlet or something? And they were like, no, but you could, there's a card hanging up that you could just call that guy. I was like, what? But it's like a mom and pop shop.
Right, yeah.
So it's just like, it's amazing at all that there's anything, you know? Like they don't have to do that.
The fact that your check clears.
Yeah, the fact that they're just nice.
is great. Is great.
Like, it's great, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh yeah, you're not just another cog in the wheel, you know. You're an integral part.
Is it a part-time job, little part-time job?
It's full-time. It's not 40 hours, but it's full-time.
Right, okay, yeah.
32 hours. But sometimes it's like 35. Right.
Woof.
Yeah.
Right,
You know, great. For that area, it pays well. Because their minimum wage isn't like normal. I mean, it is, but $7.25 or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't have like, it's not the city.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's not like Chicago where minimum wage is $15.
Right, yeah. I guess that does make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah. Shit. What is it? Oh. How
Making
about
bird sounds,
so I think I saw a UFO the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where at?
Yeah.
Here?
So I was driving to work. So I work over in Leawood. So I take I-435, and on the like before you hit the Legends, you know that strip where it's just basically it's woods. Yeah. It's woods, but a highway. Yeah. It was there. So it was cloudy, and it just this big ball of light came out of it just split the clouds.
Was it nighttime?
It was nighttime because I have to be at work at 3:30. 3:30 between 3:30 and 4 is when I have to be at work. In the morning, a.m. Yeah, so I wake up at like 1:30. Yeah.
Sickening.
Dude, it keeps you on a schedule. Though.
I know. I bet. Yeah, I know. I used to have to do that sometimes at the airport.
Yeah, it keeps you on schedule.
Hated it.
And then so it was a triangle. Yeah. So it came out of the light. And first I thought it was a plane because I'm like, that's the first thing I think of, like a plane. It has to be a plane. It has to be a plane.
9 times out of 10.
So it had a light on both ends of the triangle, you know, like a plane would have, because it had like the headlight and the 2 lights, but then it had a light at the bottom of it. And I'm like, okay, still, I was like, plane, but it came out of the clouds, and it just stopped. And so it took me a while to get to it. Yeah. And I'm just watching it, and I'm like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and it got roughly like 6 Mississippi. I didn't really say Mississippi.
You got 6 Mississippis.
Yeah, I got 6 Mississippis, and I was like, what's going on here? But roughly, if I were to say, in the sense of like driving, because I'm just trying to explain to you, like from my distance to where it was. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this has to be a fucking plane. But it was just stationary, and it just stayed there. Yeah. And I kept on, and like I didn't see a tail on it. Like it was about the size, I would say, not
like a plane.
No, it was like not bigger than like it's like a shuttle bus.
Oh,
It was not. It was not as small as that, but it wasn't as big as like I would say like a city bus. So it was in between that size.
Oh, okay. Like mid-sized.
Now I don't have a picture. I don't have a video. I don't have anything. So I tell people like don't take what I say with a grain of salt. Yeah. But I'm just saying, as someone who's like, who wants to believe in it, I would want to believe in it. I want this to be real.
I saw something similar in between here and Edgerton.
Really?
Yeah.
It was just like however.
It was at night, and we were driving at night, and it was a black triangle.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like doing shit in the cow field.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
See, mine was just it was just stationary.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, a plane can't stay just. It can't hover, and that's what it was. It was hovering.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
So was that like the one we saw was, or I saw was, hovering before.
Right.
And then it moved.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
And you're like.
Fuck! What the fuck?
I don't know what this is.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying.
Like here.
Yeah.
And then I would tell people, and they were like, "Well, there's a military base in St. Joe or Leavenworth or whatever," and like, nah, probably not. It's okay. They're just like test flying their fucking.
Their little
like Black Hawk, like what the fuck are you talking about?
Sure, maybe
at night.
Yeah, it's like I guess.
You think they're gonna fucking fly it at night?
Right.
I guess they do.
But,
right. That's like the point. Is that
but it's so funny because it's just like I'm on such high alert because I of the whole like drone stuff that's going on right now.
Can you imagine being a fucking stealth pilot, like stealth plane pilot?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You
gotta be like the best pilot in the fucking world. You have like the fastest thing on Earth.
It costs a fucking.
It costs literally
a country.
A country. It's a country's worth of like health insurance, like health.
I bet the seat doesn't even. It doesn't heat. It's not even heated.
It's not even heated. It's fucking like unseeable by the naked eye. So fast.
But the seat is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's probably like fucking shit. It's like that's where they skimp.
It's the weight.
It's the weight. Yeah, it's crazy though. Like it's literally it's a stealth bomber. What? They're gonna be like, we still don't know where those bombs came from.
Did you ever see the Top Gun, the newest Top Gun?
No, I still haven't seen the first one.
Oh well, the newest Top Gun, they had like a Black Hawk, and they had the first scene was like Tom Cruise was getting up, and he was like, and it's like that's semi-real in the sense of like that thing can fly around the world in like an hour. It's like 45 minutes, something. I don't know. It's like that's wild to think that something so fucking fast like
exists.
And we don't see it.
Yeah. And like compared to a lot of alien shit, it's like not even close to how fast they can go.
So I'm like,
they like break physics.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. I would
weigh in the comments, guys.
Did John see an alien? Like, I don't know what it was.
Is John an alien?
Probably illegal alien.
Thanks, white people.
So yeah, well.
I think aliens exist.
What's so funny is like I bought that little adapter so we could do these videos and they were an hour in and I'm like we haven't even touched them. I knew we were gonna touch them. That's the fucked up thing. It's like I knew we were gonna touch them, but I'm like I'd rather have it to have it.
Just to have it, sure.
But well, we've been an hour and 3 minutes. I know you. It's we've done an hour and 3 minutes. I don't know if you we're good.
That's pretty good.
I'm pretty good. So it's up to you. We can keep on going.
We're good. I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah, Aaron. Fucking A, dude.
Johnny.
We did it.
Podcast.
Snowy baloney.
I don't know how you function on this all the time. You're so good at it.
I'm like still, I'm at the same level as you, but I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, I'm like out of my mind.
I love it. Hey, Aaron, man, it was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for doing a podcast.
It's ruled.
God, it was so good catching up with you.
Back to our roots.
Back to the roots, always. Back to
always.
We're back in the Jeep again.
It's crazy.
You know, to do a reference of Jurassic Park with the new. I know he fucking he told me that the new trailer came out. I'm like, holy shit!
For the new Jurassic Park.
Yeah, they're going back to the same island.
Hansen, they're going back to the same island.
It was like a synchronicity of like what we were doing and what the new Jurassic Park movie was doing, and it's like.
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson's also in our
in it,
podcast.
and she's in it. Always in it.
She does the voiceover.
Yeah, so I guess this will be up. I will post this on Tuesday.
Great.
So I guess if you want to say your shows or anything.
I've got, if you're in North Carolina, if you're in the Asheville area or Western North Carolina, I have a show at Voodoo Brewing, Asheville, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And I have a show at Outsider Brewing, Friday at 7 o'clock. Come to those shows. Otherwise, I'm pretty much free in March, but
That's where
I
we're
got
at.
some stuff in April. Probably do another episode. I'll be back.
Oh,
Like
shit.
a little bit.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely do another episode. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Have to put more edibles in them.
Great.
Have to make sure.
I just can't stay in Weston. It sucks because Gavin lives in the fucking basement now.
Really?
Yeah, so like when
How?
I come and visit, I don't know.
I thought he had
I
a girlfriend.
he did, and I don't know what they did. They just don't. He lost his job or something, and she.
Your parents
I
felt
don't
bad.
fucking know, dude. Yeah, it's just they're just
Surprised that
ding dongs.
I was kind of hesitant to have a Gavin update.
No, he's just like in the house.
He's in my house, and I don't want. I don't blame you. I don't want to be in the house
I don't
either.
want to be over there at all. It sucks.
No, because he's gonna either take something from you, break something of yours,
God, I know.
or he's
Can you
gonna
imagine?
take and then break it, and then give it back to you.
What sucks is that he's probably doing better now, which is fine. Whatever.
Maybe.
But I can never trust him.
Yeah.
Right. But what sucks is that like he added me on Facebook as a friend, and it's him and his girlfriend's shared account or something.
Yeah, some AI picture.
And I didn't accept the friend request, but they're still following me. And he'll like say stuff every now and then when I post stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, get me out of here. Like
I don't want you here.
Like it feels bad, but I'm like, fuck, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I barely talked to you in like 10 years.
I know.
Insane.
He's just not getting chased by cops.
I guess. Yet. It's crazy.
That's why I thought he had a girlfriend because like
He
his
does,
picture,
I
they have an
guess.
AI picture together or some
I
shit.
think her name's Ashley. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm like whatever. Like,
Chris Bosch. Chris Bosch.
yeah.
Chris Bosch.
But,
Hall of Famer Chris Bosch.
Well, anyway,
Blood problem Chris Bosch. Super tall weird guy. Chris Bosch.
had a heart
Heart issue,
attack.
yeah.
Yeah, Chris Bosch
Multiple time world champion.
won one
Chris Bosch.
championship with Toronto. Chris Bosch.
No, he didn't. That was Quad.
That was
Kawhi
Quantum Leonard.
Leonard.
Yeah, that was Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard, yeah.
Did Bosch?
Bosch won with the Heat.
Oh yeah,
He was the third
With-
part of the three dudes.
Yeah.
LeBron, Wade, and Bosch.
Yeah.
Bosch was crazy. He was so good.
Yeah,
Nobody cared though because he wasn't Dwayne Wade.
it's true. Now Dwayne Wade like just like a girl.
Whatever. He's loaded. Who cares?
Yeah, like
Do what you want.
at that point, like who cares?
Give a shit. He's in tune with himself.
All right, well,
I can't wait to smoke more of your weed.
that's what we're gonna do.
No, I gotta go back. We gotta go back.
Alright. All right, well, that
I
was
love
it.
you guys.
I guess that's it. That's the show. All right, well, I'll talk to you on the next episode.
I love this show. I love you,
I
John.
love you, Ryan. All right. Bye.
That's so much smoke. Oh my god.
Hold on a minute. Oh, I guess we have to. All right, well, bye. And then we'll